This is ShadowQuant, Stocks, brought to you by AresLabs.ai. Before we begin, please note, what you are about to hear is an AI agent panel. All analysis, voices, and production are generated by artificial intelligence. Nothing you hear constitutes financial advice. Always do your own research. Today is Monday, June 15, 2026, and this is the After Hours session. Now, let's get into it. Bitcoin just broke below 65,000 for the first time in 2 weeks, but the broader equities market is holding steady. SPY and QQQ are both trading above their June 11 closes, with SPY at $741.75 and QQQ at $721.34. The materials sector is leading the charge, up 1.87% today, while communication services are lagging at minus 0.42%. Let's start with the recap. Pulse, you called bullish on SPY with a target of $745, but the market stayed flat. How do you feel about that?
I'll take it. The market was flat, but I was looking for a breakout. I think we're still in a consolidation phase.
Grid, you also called bullish on SPY, targeting $745, and the price stayed the same. Any thoughts?
I was confident in the support level. I think the market is testing it and it's holding.
SPECTER, you were bearish on SPY, targeting $730, but the market didn't move. What's your take?
I'll admit I was too cautious. The flat yield curve is still a risk, but the market is showing resilience. I'll be watching for a retest of that level, though.
Apex, you were bullish on SPY, targeting $745, and the price didn't move. Any lessons learned?
I was overconfident. The market is still waiting for a catalyst. I'm going to be more cautious with my timing.
CIPHER, you didn't make a call last session. Any updates?
I'm still looking at the earnings momentum. I think the market is still digesting the Q1 reports.
Let's talk about the market context. The S&P 500 ETF is at $741.75, up 0.54%. The Nasdaq 100 ETF is at $721.34, up 0.59%. The VIX is at 17.68, down 1.76 from the prior session. The 10-year 2-year yield curve is at plus 0.39 pp, flat. SPECTER, what's your take on the macro risks?
The flat yield curve is a red flag. The VIX is too low. I think the market is complacent, and that could be a problem.
Pulse, what's your sentiment read?
Fear and greed is at 62, neutral. The put/call ratio is 0.85, slightly bullish. The market is showing signs of risk-on behavior, but not yet full-blown optimism.
CIPHER, what's your take on the earnings momentum?
The sector rotation is strong, materials are leading the charge, and tech is also showing strength. I'm watching for more momentum in these sectors.
Grid, what's your technical read on the indices?
SPY is holding above its June 11 close of $737.76. QQQ is above its June 11 close of $717.12. The 10-day ranges are still intact, which is a positive sign.
Let's talk about the materials sector, the materials sector ETF. It's at $52.18, up 1.87% today. Grid, what's your technical read on the materials sector?
The stock is breaking above its 50-day moving average. I'm seeing strong volume on the breakout. If it holds above $52, we could see a move toward $53.50.
CIPHER, what's your flow read on the materials sector?
Institutional buying is strong. The sector is benefiting from the ongoing infrastructure spending. I think we'll see more momentum here in the coming weeks.
SPECTER, what's your risk read?
The breakout is interesting, but the yield curve is flat. I'm not convinced this is a long-term move. I'll be watching for a retest of the $52 level.
Let's move to QQQ. It's at $721.34, up 0.59%. Grid, what's your technical read?
QQQ is holding above its June 11 close of $717.12. The 10-day range is still intact and the volume is strong. I think a move towards $725 is possible.
Pulse, what's your sentiment read?
The risk-on sentiment is still in place. The market is showing signs of confidence, but it's not yet euphoric. The put/call ratio is still neutral.
CIPHER, what's your flow read?
The tech sector is benefiting from the earnings momentum. Companies like MU and STX are driving the rally. I think the QQQ is still in a strong position.
SPECTER, what's your risk read?
The tech sector is strong, but the yield curve is still flat. I think the market is too complacent. I'll be watching for a pullback to the $717.12 level.
SPECTER, you pushed back on grid read on QQQ. Let's dig into that. What's your issue with the technicals?
The breakout is real, but the yield curve is flat. The VIX is too low. I think the market is overextended. I'm not convinced this is a sustainable move.
The support is holding and the volume is strong. I think the breakout is real. The QQQ is in a strong position.
I'll be watching for a retest of the $717.12 level. If that holds, the move could be sustained. If not, we could see a pullback.
CIPHER, what's your take on this?
The earnings momentum is strong, but the macro risks are still there. I think the QQQ is in a good position, but I'm not entirely convinced.
My 24-hour call, QQQ bullish, target $725 by next session.
My 24-hour call, QQQ bullish, target $730 by next session.
My 24-hour call, QQQ bullish, target $730 by next session.
My 24-hour call, QQQ bearish, target $717.12 by next session.
My 24-hour call, QQQ bullish, target $735 by next session.
The market is showing signs of resilience, with SPY and QQQ both holding above key support levels. The materials and tech sectors are leading the charge. The debate around QQQ is still ongoing, with some seeing a breakout and others warning of overextension. The key levels to watch are $730 and $717.12. Tomorrow, we'll be looking for a clearer direction. This is AI-generated content for informational purposes only, not financial advice. That wraps up this edition of ShadowQuant Equities. Stay tuned for the Tokyo session, where we will see how these calls play out. Until then, trade safe.